Welcome everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here this morning, and we hope the webinar is insightful. We are here to present our upcoming mission to Japan, taking place in June/July 2026, particularly from the 30th of June to the 4th of July 2026, and is World Health Expo taking place in Osaka. And I'm here today with my colleagues, Elena and Antoine. Maybe I can present myself very quickly. I'm Ludovica. I'm part of the coordination team working for the EU Business Hub. Elena is kindly joining from Erie Chambers. She's in charge of the recruitment. She was in charge, or we need to thank her for you attending this meeting today. And then Antoine is part of our local unit coordination and logistical support, joining us from Tokyo today. Hopefully not too late in your day, and we can let you go soon. But yeah, my colleagues will have the chance to present themselves as they take the floor to present. But I think without further ado, we can get started and we can go over the agenda for today. So as I mentioned, we are here to present what is the EU Business Hub program, presenting you what are the market opportunities in the healthcare and medical equipment market in Japan. We will then go over what is the business mission that we are preparing and offering, World Health Expo. And then my colleagues will go over who can apply, how to apply, and then we will conclude with some tips and tricks for a successful application in order to get as many of you to Japan. And then, yeah, we will conclude with a quick Q&A at the very end. But if throughout the presentation you have any questions, please go ahead and post them in the chat, and yeah, the team will make sure to answer as we go along. But yeah, indeed, we can start with what is the EU Business Hub program. It is a long-standing initiative for B2B cooperation between Europe and Asia. As you can see, it's a pilot program that started already in the 1990 and is today in 2026, ending in 2027. The EU Business Hub promoting a business relationship between Europe and Japan and the Republic of Korea. As you can see throughout the years, it started actually in Japan and then it expanded with other Asian countries, but now the focus of the program is really fostering a business relationship between European companies, Japan, and the Republic of Korea. Some of you may know us from previous iterations of the program, from the Gateway or the Business Avenues program, but yeah, the EU Business Hub is just the continuation of this long-lasting EU initiative. If we indeed, as I mentioned, it is a EU-funded program that supports EU small and medium-sized enterprises, so SMEs and startups, in three main sectors: the green, digital, and healthcare sector, to enter the markets of Japan and the Republic of Korea. The program organizes 10 business missions to Japan and 10 to the Republic of Korea between 2024 and 2027. So we will have a total of 20 business missions across the two target markets. And the aim is to bring with each business mission 50 cutting-edge and innovative European companies to enter or to strengthen the already existing market ties between the company and either Japan or the Republic of Korea. Here we have a more visual representation of what I just mentioned. So the EU Business Hub program. If you can, I can bore people a little bit longer with this. It's a nice slide. We can take full advantage. We have, as I mentioned before, three different sectors. So the green and low carbon technologies market, the digital solutions, and the healthcare and medical equipment. Two go-to markets, the Japan and the Republic of Korea, and 20 business missions across the 3 years, so between 2024 and 2027. Again, 10 missions in Japan, 10 missions in Korea, bringing 50, a total or like a maximum of 50 companies per mission. Here, in the next slide, we have a timeline of the evolution or like the evolution of the program in Japan. We started in December 2024 with the first business mission, Semicon Japan, in the 2024. And as you can see, we've had quite a few missions up until 2025. We will have at the beginning of 2026 in March a green and low carbon mission Smart Energy Week. And then in June and July, we will have the World Health Expo. As you can see from the timeline, it will be the first business mission in the healthcare and healthcare sector. So you will be the first to join this new market or like this new sector in the target market. And as you can see, there is a provisional agenda or like a provisional proposition of upcoming business missions until 2027. We foresee to have another healthcare mission at the end of the program, so towards the end of 2027. So in any case, keep your eyes posted should you be interested. Now we can go over some of the benefits for the participating companies. I am not sure if some of you have already participated to some of the missions in Korea. We also had a couple of business missions in the healthcare sector in 2024, not in 2025, who just passed. So some of you might already know. But what differentiates us and what I think makes a very good and strong program is the strategic coaching that we offer to the 50 selected companies. So we offer pre-departure preparation, we offer briefings on how to do business in Japan and the Republic of Korea, market intelligence information, as well as sectoral briefings and sites visit to sector relevant facilities once already in Japan in this case. This and then also brings us to the B2B matchmaking support. We offer a bespoke matchmaking support for the selected companies. Once selected, the company will be associated with a local coach, so with a Japanese coach, who will take time to get to know the company, their product, the services, and through like a cooperative process, will bring to the arrangement of as many B2B meetings possible. So indeed, we offer individual and tailored schedule for B2B meetings with carefully selected Japanese companies. Then, in this business mission, we, as I mentioned before, we will be exhibiting at WHX, which is World Health Expo 2026, which is the newest version or like the new edition of what was Japan Health. We will be exhibiting at WHX for 3 days, and the business mission will last a total of 5. So we will have first 2 days, to experience the market in Japan and to, as I mentioned, experience site visits to sector relevant facilities, and then the 3 days targeted at the event itself for you to maximize your visibility with the Japanese companies. You will be exhibiting in the EU pavilion, so a EU branded space, and each selected company will have their own individual booth where you'll be able to exhibit your products and solutions. We offer targeted promotion to boost the company's visibility by strategically promoting your profile and products throughout the business mission and even before during the preparation phase, so that once you get to Japan, you get all the benefits from this continued support that you have. Indeed, as part of the support that we offer, it's also the logistical support. The local team will be in charge of and take care of the booking of the hotel, the networking receptions, booth installations, design and creation of the catalog and promotional material. With this, to this end, the program covers your accommodation costs. So we cover up to €1,000 for a room at the partner hotel for 4 nights and 1 room per company. So the 4 nights of the business mission will be fully covered by the program, and the only cost you will incur will be the flight to get to Japan. And similarly, we also offer financial support for the so-called customized services. Customized services is a broad category of all additional services that you can request through us. So whether you want to get specific designs for the booth, if you want to order printing, translation, interpretation, anything like that, you can do that through us, and you will be able to receive an 80% reimbursement of the cost up to a total of €1,000. Maybe also worth mentioning, during the 3 days at the exhibition, you will already have interpretation services available, and should you want to have a personalized interpreter with you through the 3 days of the program, you will be able to do so with the customized services. And now I leave the floor to my colleague Antoine to go over the market opportunities in the healthcare and medical equipment sector in Japan. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Ludovica. Hello, everyone. So I'm Antoine from Japan, working for the Business Hub. I will give you some highlights regarding the Japanese market, regarding healthcare and medical equipment technologies. So first of all, what we can say is that the market in Japan is highly dynamic and diverse. And there is a strong activities that we see on each subsector. So you can see them listed here on the slide. You have medical devices, pharmaceutical, healthcare IT, digital health, wearable and home care devices, and regenerative medicine and biotechnology. So in all these sectors, we have major players at the global level with companies that I think you already all heard of, such as Canon Medical, Takeda, NEC, Panasonic. You also have Shiseido, and they are all big companies who are at the forefront of innovation and growth in the sector. If we can explain the reason of such rapid advancement of the sector in Japan, we say that it is mainly due to the Japan aging population, because as you may know, there is nearly 1/3 of Japanese citizens who are over the age of 65. So this is creating urgent demand for the innovative healthcare solutions, especially, regarding how we can support independent living for seniors, or we can have assistive technology to manage the related age disease. So in response to this situation, we can see recently that the Japanese government has made a lot of effort and put healthcare innovation as a national priority. And this can be seen actually through generous research grants that are granted by the government. We can also see efforts to streamline the approvals for medical device therapies. And we can also see some fundings that are granted for digital transformation in healthcare. We can also say that beside the government, the Japanese companies themselves are also highly motivated to embrace innovation. And we can see lots of heavy investment in R&D and trying to find international collaboration. And this is especially true for cutting-edge fields like AI, robotics, regenerative medicine, because they need to maintain their competitive edge. So beside this, once we have said that the sector is very dynamic, we can also see there is still some challenges, especially for foreign companies trying to have a footprint in Japan. So first of all, one we can see is in terms of regulatory. The regulatory approval costs are currently still significant, and they create barriers to bring a new solution to the market. We can see as well that there is also some very strict requirements regarding data privacy, cybersecurity. And this is an issue because, as you may know, data cybersecurity is really critical for the digital health expansion. One thing that we can see as well, and this is very true for foreign companies trying to have a footprint in the sector in Japan, is that the compliance standards, the Japanese compliance standards, are very strict, which requires often the companies, foreign companies, to adapt their product to comply with the Japanese regulation. So this being said, we can say that there is good grounds, however, for collaboration. We see already some collaboration happening between key players of the industry in Japan and EU SMEs and startups. I would say we can see that in medical imaging, diagnostic, and healthcare and IT. And in terms of potential, so we see potential in digital health, cyber securities, and regenerative medicine. So these are all opportunities, potential that can be accessed, sought for by the EU SMEs and startups, especially, and this is a bit what I've just told before. There is a good environment right now in Japan for foreign companies in the sector. So I talked about the government efforts. So I'd like to stress again that there is some robust incentive and public funding to support health tech innovation initiated by the government. Of course, as I told you earlier, the population is aging, so of course this is putting pressure for the companies to find solutions, and innovation can be obtained through collaboration with foreign companies. And as well, we see the companies and adopting digital transformation. So we see accelerated digital transformation in the sector, and that's, of course, give good opportunities for external players to bring their cutting-edge technology in Japan. So to illustrate this, two examples from startups who managed to have success stories in partnership with Japanese companies. So the first one is Provitro. It is a German company, and they actually joined force with local players, which is Bayer's collaborator incubator in Kobe. And this, through this partnership, allows them to actually achieve rapid expansion in Japan. So that's the first one. And the second one is a partnership with a Finnish company, so 2N Finland, who successfully partnered with Kameda Healthcare Informatics to launch an entity which is Telehealth Japan KK. And this allows them to collaborate and provide IT healthcare solution in the Japanese market. Okay, so to summarize, there is really a big focus right now to expand the sector, the different solutions, finding technology and cutting-edge solution to support the aging population. And this pushes the government to support collaboration and growth of the sector. So we believe that the current situation and timing are very good for you, EU SMEs and startups, to engage with Japanese partners. So this is it. So thank you very much. I will leave the floor for the next part.
Thank you so much, Antoine, for the presentation, as well to you, Ludovica. So now I will be presenting more in detail the business mission and the exposition, as well as the application process to take place in this business mission. So going ahead, as my colleagues have mentioned, this business mission will take place from the 30th of June to the 4th of July 2026 in Osaka, Japan. We will be offering tailored coaching support, exhibiting at the EU Pavilion with all the other companies in the trade fair for 3 full days, the targeted promotion with local counterparts, and as well as contacts with a network with local stakeholders and the trade fair reception that the program offers. What are we looking specifically for the World Health Expo Business Mission 2026? We are looking for European SMEs involved in medical and healthcare equipment with technologies involving such as the one listed on the screen, that we want medical equipment, AI application in healthcare, imaging and diagnosis, ICT for healthcare, disposable and consumer goods, regenerative medicine and tissue engineering, digital health, nanotechnology in healthcare, assistive technologies, and telemedicine and remote health monitoring. As you can see, it's a very broad yet a specific range of sectors. So I think it gives us an amazing opportunity to find out incredible SMEs in the program. How would the business mission agenda would look like? So our companies would arrive the 30th of June, a Monday, in Osaka, and you would have a welcome gathering from 5 to 6 in the afternoon. This is a gathering we do with all of our business mission, just so you can get to know each other a little bit better. The next day, 1st of July, it is a Tuesday. You will benefit from a briefing session and study tours and site visits to different places in Osaka. From 9 to 12, this briefing will take place where you will have the presentation of guest speakers and meet and greet with the mentors you would be assigned. From 1 in the afternoon to 5, you will have a matching event and site visits that will have to be determined. On the 2nd of July, Wednesday, it is the first day of the exposition at the business mission. So from 10 to 5 in the afternoon, you will be exhibiting, networking, and having meeting at the World Health Expo. And so will happen the 3rd of July, Thursday, and the 4th of July, Friday, which would be the final day. But the only difference is that here, after 5 p.m., till 6, you will have a post-business mission debriefing, just so you can share your feelings, your experience, and you can do a wrap-up overall of the business mission. So here you can see a picture of what the EU pavilion will look like. But if you want a more realistic version of it, you can see here how it looked on other business missions. As you can see, it is branded with the program logos. All the companies will be in this area. But yeah, here you have a more clear picture of what it actually looks like once it is assembled on the trade fair space. So about the World Health Expo, it's an international exhibition and conference for global companies to explore opportunities in Japan's thriving healthcare market, as my colleague Antoine just explained. There will be over 400 exhibitors from over 45 different countries from all over the world, which is an amazing opportunity to explore the tendencies of the market, and with over 25 different conferences on the healthcare and medical equipment sector. So as you can see, this is an incredible experience and opportunity to meet your counterparts of different countries. So how will the timeline to take place or to express your interest for this business mission will work? So the 24th of March, you'll have to complete the two-step application process in order to get selected to participate. You will have to first submit your expression of interest. It is now open, so everyone interested, after this webinar finishes, you can go into our website and express your interest on the platform. And if you are deemed eligible, which is the second part of the process, you will be invited to submit the application form before the deadline, which is the 24th of March. During April, we will communicate the selection of participants. You will receive an email saying if you have been selected as a participant of this business mission, whether you are waitlisted. That is an email you will receive. And also during April, you will have the online pre-departure briefing, which will be a meeting of all 50 selected participants, where you will receive insights, tips, tricks to have at your back for the upcoming business mission that again will take place from the 30th of June to the 4th of July 2026 in Osaka. Who can apply? So let's go step by step on how you can apply. So who can participate? As Ludovica mentioned, EU SMEs and startups are the main target of this program. There are certain conditions that we need you to have and comply with in order to be deemed eligible, and we have them here on screen. So first of all, you have to have existed for 5 years and be able to demonstrate 3 years of financial figures. That is for SMEs, and for startups, you have only need to be existing 3 years and be able to demonstrate 2 years of financial figures, so a little bit less. Of course, it is needed to be entirely or majority EU owned and have the headquarters within the European Union. And the third part is be active and operational in the economic sector covered by the program, either as a producer, subcontractor, R&D or engineering company, business consultants. I'm afraid they are deemed not eligible, so that is something to keep in mind. Fourth, we need you to have a proven track record of international business cooperation outside of the EU. So we would need your international strategy. That is something also really important. And on the fifth part, we need you to have a sufficient turnover and number of people employed to successfully enter the target market. Lastly, but not least, we also need you to prove that you have a solid business strategy for entering the Japanese and the Republic of Korea market. Also, it is something really important for you to take into account that all of our SMEs and startups that participate on this program are allowed to participate and submit their expression of interest to up to 3 different business missions, meaning that you can reapply to another different mission after having participated on another one. And the only thing that you have to take into account on this is that it has to be distributed within both countries, meaning you cannot apply for all 3 business missions in Japan. At least you would have to do one in the Republic of Korea. How to apply? So let's go step by step on how the process goes. But here you have a full overview on how a business mission cycle works. Firstly, of course, we have the registration where companies are invited to create an account and log in all of their details. After that, you would get from our business mission catalog to choose the one you are most excited about and express your interest on that business mission. As I mentioned, we would need you to send a few details on this form that you would have to send. And after sending your expression of interest, our team would take a look into the eligibility of your expression of interest, meaning this is not the final part, this is only the first step into getting your application complete. After your eligibility decision, whether you are deemed eligible or not, if you are deemed eligible, you will be invited into applying. The application process is kind of similar to the expression of interest. You will have to share with us information about your business, financial figure, strategy, and all of that entails the application process. And you would have completed your application. After that, and the deadline is closed, our team will select 50 companies of the one presenting applications to take place on the business mission and to travel to Japan. So after being selected, after being received the email saying you are a prepared participant, the business mission preparation start. As I was saying, you will have a pre-departure briefing, you will have map-making session, coaching and logistical support to help you ease all the travel preparations. From the pre-departure meeting, again, our team will tell you all you need to know about the market. And after that, the next step would be the actual business mission that would take place from Monday to Friday, where you will have the opportunity to explore the market, chat with Japanese counterparts and all that it entails. And after the business missions, once you are back in Europe, you will have a post-event follow-up just so we can know how everything went, if your comments, your feedback, and all of that that is of interest for us. So how to create an account? As I was saying, you get into the website. Here you have a QR code you can scan to go directly to it, and you will find the Join Us button, green, here on the screen, where you will have to click it in order to register. You will have these little tabs on boxes you have to fill in to create your account in the members area. The expression of interest, as I was mentioning, it is the first step into getting a full application. You get into our business catalog, you select the one you like the most, and you complete the expression of interest, where you would have to put company details, contact person details. It is important to have a person we can directly contact by yourself in case we need any more information on your side, the different business activities you develop, and your motivation for taking place in this business mission. The eligibility decision, as I was mentioning, if you are eligible, you will receive an email and be invited to apply. As you can see here on the right side of the screen, if you are not deemed eligible, you will have this little red market where you can find out you haven't been selected. But if you are not selected and you wonder why, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We will give you feedback on what has happened for you not to be deemed eligible, and we will gladly give you that feedback for you to maybe try in another business mission, or just for you to know what happened there. Again, the expression of interest form, please remember, is not the final application. You will have to do another step after this. So the application, the second step, will be the one that will take you to finally be marked as applied on our system. So how can we do that? You log into the members area, complete and submit the application form within the set deadline, of course, which is the 24th of March. The applications we received are assessed by a group of independent experts and predefined criteria. It is all sets. All companies are assessed by the same number of rules, same number of parameters, so it's all equal for everybody. And again, in this situation, if you are invited to participate and create your application, but you are not selected as a participant, again, please feel free to contact us and we will give you feedback on what can be improved for the next application process, what happened, why were you not selected, but we will always try to get back to you in order to provide you with the best feedback. Also, it is really important to note that to prevent late cancellations, because there is a certain period of time where you can say, I'm not going, I'm declining this offer. After that deadline, it is kind of complicated if we receive cancellation. So in order to avoid this late cancellation, the selected companies will be required to provide a deposit when confirming their participation. Don't worry about this, because this deposit will be returned fully after the business mission, but you can check more about the program cancellation policy on our website. All of that is explained there, so no worries about that, but you will get your full deposit back. More about the application. It is a two-step process composed by the expression of interest and the application form, so please, I'm really trying to make sure you don't forget that it's a two-step process. You need to complete both in order to be selected as a participant or have your application complete. The application form is meant to give you the opportunity to showcase your activity the best way possible. So take time, don't make haste, write all of the details you consider impossible. You take pride, it is your work, so let us see it completely to the fullest. In the application form, you will find that we ask you about company details, business profile, business activity, international strategy, and participant details. Again, the more information you give us during this step, the better we can assess your company. So here I leave it for the tips and tricks for a successful application. That will continue my colleague Ludovica.
Thank you so much, Elena. Now, indeed, I will go over how to make a successful EOI. It will be a bit repetitive from what Elena just presented, but we saw that it's very important to have a section dedicated on, how to maximize your efforts for a successful EOI and application, because yeah, sometimes it is the pitfall that companies fall into when applying, so not providing enough details. And yeah, not presenting their company the best way possible. And as Elena rightfully mentioned, yeah, your expression of interest and application is your introduction to the program, and it's the best presentation. You need to put forward your best foot for then the team to assess and yeah, decide whether you are a good fit for the program or not. But in any case, how to make a successful EOI, expression of interest. As Elena mentioned, the application is a two-step process. So the first part is the expression of interest. That is indeed the first form that you will complete upon creation of your account on the EU Business Hub website. The assessment team will receive will receive, of course, and review your expression of interest and deem whether the company is eligible or not. So meeting the eligibility criteria that we have presented just before. If the company fits with the eligibility criteria, then the team will make it eligible. You will receive an email informing of your eligibility, and you will be invited to proceed with the application. But already at the expression of interest stage, it's very important for the applicant company to provide as much detail as possible, as this will ensure that the team can assess your interest in participating the best, but it will also save you time, as there are certain fields the overlapping between the expression of interest and the application. So if you already provide good information in the expression of interest, then it's less work for you when you get to the application step. But yeah, be as descriptive and as precise as possible. It's very important that the expression of interest already shows that your company is a good fit for the program. Please reach out to us, as Elena was mentioning. Later in the presentation, we will share a list of context points that you can use and leverage, as you should leverage during the EOI process and application in order to yeah, maximize your chances. And I really want to stress that we put a lot of emphasis on the team working behind the EU Business Hub. We have a full team of dedicated people who are here to help you and to make sure you succeed in your internationalization journey. So really do not hesitate to reach out and ask questions. And finally, similar to the reaching out, but ask for feedback. If you receive a negative answer to your expression of interest, and your company is not eligible and then not invited to apply formally, we encourage you to ask feedback, because it could be there are, I don't know, for instance, your company might be too young to apply for a business mission taking place in 2026, but it could be it could meet the criteria to apply in 2027, or maybe your company is applying for a healthcare mission, but we believe that the fit and the scope of your company will be better met with another mission on a different sector. So really ask feedback in order to not make the best chance you can. Then going forward, we are gonna go again over how to make a successful application. Also here we have some do's and don'ts. As I mentioned before, so this is the second step of the application process. So first, expression of interest, and now if made eligible, and you get to do the actual application. So it's very important to provide a very detailed description of your company's go-to-market strategy, and specifically saying why you want to expand in Japan in this case. Should you be applying for a mission in Korea, we encourage you to say why applying in Korea. And we are expecting or looking forward to three main components in your application. So very clearly detailed target audience. If you can let us know what is your target audience, which kind of companies are you looking forward to meet? if there are any specific stakeholders that you have identified, if similarly you already are in contacts with someone on Japanese market, please share this with us so that we can really have a good idea of the full potential of your company and also your homework, if you will. So like to show that you really have put in effort to make this business mission successful. Secondly, please detail what makes your company unique. What is a differentiating factor that ultimately, what is your competitive edge? What makes you stand out compared to other Asian and specifically Japanese companies in the sector? Why go to Japan? Why seek success there? Why do you think Japan is the good market for you? Indeed, this brings me to my last point. Why this market? Why specifically entering in the Japanese market? Are there any specific connections or synergies your company is looking for? So yeah, any information, like the more detailed the information on these three main points, the better for the application. And again, I will be very repetitive, but to just go over also the last bullet point in the do's column, provide as many details as possible on the company's pricing strategy and highlight any key differentiator that the company may have. As Elena mentioned, we will in the application form we will be asking different types of questions on your company details, internalization strategy, and whatnot. And as part of this information, we will also be asking some information on like numbers related to your company. So also in this, please make sure that you provide consistent numbers throughout the different sections of the application. And here, as mentioned in the last bullet point, we will also be taking a look at the pricing strategy. This is something that we have seen that our team of experts really focuses on. So if you have any insights on this, please share it with us. Obviously, now on the don'ts, it might be very obvious for me to say, but avoid generic descriptions of regional go-to-market or internationalization strategy, very generic description of the target audience and the business activities and profile of your company. We really urge you to be as descriptive and as specific as you are, the better it is. It's always better to have a bit more, too many information and not a lot. Because yeah, once we receive the application, there's so much we can do if the application is not of good quality. And as I was mentioning, ensure consistency in the numbers, for instance, of employees, revenues, turnover, and other figures that you will see in the application. If we now move to the next slide, I think we have an example exactly of what a good application looks like. Yeah, so a good application describes the overarching ambitions of the company and the relevance of the international expansion of your product, of your service. Application provides a detailed rationale behind choosing the specific target market. You will not believe it, but we do receive sometimes expression of interest for Japan with companies detailing why they want to expand to South Korea. So really take time and be as specific as possible and really think through your application. Detail what is the company's product competitive edge on the market and how the internationalization is key in achieving the company's ambitions. Explain what are the specific steps to successful internationalization for you, and explain also what are the steps that your company has already taken and will be taken, obviously, to achieve their goal of expansion and internationalization to Japan. As I mentioned before, but also here it's very relevant, if you already have some connections to the target market, please, include them in your application. You will have like many boxes where you can be as lengthy as you want. And if you have learned any, lessons in your cooperations with other Japanese companies, please let us know. Now, what to not include or what makes a bad application. Application that provides generic descriptions and definitions of the international business strategy. An application that does not address specific reasons for choosing the specific target market. And also an application that does not provide the why or the how the company wants to apply and wants to go ahead with their internationalization journey to Japan in this specific reason. Now, indeed, as I was mentioning before, these are the contact emails and the contact points for the team who will be able to best support you in the application and EOI stage. The way the program works is on a cluster basis. So as you will see, you have for each cluster, cluster represents a number of member states. So we encourage you to reach out to your specific cluster and ask there any questions you might have on the application, how to improve your application, how to improve your expression of interest. And whatnot. And I see in the chat that it was also asked before about Swiss startups. Unfortunately, the EU Business Hub program only targets EU 27 member states companies, startups, and SMEs. So you would not be eligible to go to a business mission with us because are based in Switzerland. But indeed, you will have this presentation, and it will also be available to you on YouTube and on our website. You will be able to find all the information on the information on the eligibility, so you can double check there whether your company fits or not. But in any case, you can reach out to the clusters and also liaise with them to see if the program is a good fit and if you are eligible. I think now, indeed, we kindly ask if you can share your feedback with us. It's going to be a very quick survey. And yeah, you can let us know how you found the info session. We encourage you also to leave any improvement points that you would like to see in future info sessions. And yeah, we take your feedback at heart. So we will try to, based on what you let us know, you say, we will make sure to improve where needed. And indeed, I think the very last slide is a reminder to apply before March 24, 2026. And I also see there is a little typo on the slide that we changed slightly just before joining. It is not Smart Energy Week, it is WHX, so World Health Expo Osaka, and you will be receiving the slides with this amended shortly after the presentation.
If no more questions pop up right now, I think we can leave this meeting here. Thank you everyone so much for joining us today. We really hope to see you in our application list and hopefully in Japan. So again, thank you so much. Take your time to make the expression of interest, give us our details, and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you.